Actually, I'm going to mute everybody as well. So if you have a question or anything, just unmute yourself.
Okay.
All right. All right, guys. So welcome to our sneak peek into coaching. We're going to share a little bit about what it is we do, how we do it, and kind of like a behind the scenes. And if you guys have questions, like I said, feel free to ask. My name is Sarah Davis. I have been coaching for, 5.5 years now. I am a wife. I'm a mom of 4 kids who I have 2 20-year-olds and a 10 and an 8-year-old. So life is like crazy, crazy busy. I was a hairstylist for 17 years before well, no, not before I found coaching, but that was what I thought I was going to do for the rest of my life. I thought I would be stuck behind the chair. And as much as I loved the business aspect of it, I loved my clients. I just didn't like love hair. So I had my son young, and that's just kind of what people were like, oh, you should go do hair. That's something you can learn quick. Okay, I'll go do that, right? So it was just something that I jumped into out of necessity more than out of passion. Met my husband, we had more kids, I owned my own salon, totally loved that. I loved running the business. Partnership went a little sour, lost everything, and our income was kind of based around my husband. But then his business, his company completely shut down, like bulldozed to the ground, and we hit financial rock bottom. So not knowing how we were going to survive, how we were going to feed our family, it was so stressful. We had little ones. I think our youngest was 1 at the time. Then we had a 2-year-old. They're only 19 months apart. And then we had our middle schooler. So it was just super, super stressful. I hadn't lost the baby weight. I gained more from being stressed out. And I just found myself like, what can I do? How can I fix this? So I'm like, all right, well, I've always kind of been into nutrition. Let me check this out. I started going back to school for dietetics. So I was working full time at another salon, trying to take care of little ones. And then I was going to school at night, trying to work on my degree, which was going to take me 5 years or more, part-time, only to make what I was already making. So after about a year of that, and just being so crazy and just missing out on all this stuff with my babies, I was scrolling Instagram randomly one night, and I came across a lady who is now one of my best friends. And she was a mom of 3. She looked amazing. She just looked so happy. And I'm super, super shy. Like, I don't want to call and order pizza. So I started following her, and I finally got up the courage and reached out, and I was like, what are you doing? Like, she had retired. She was a teacher. She retired from teaching. And she was like, oh, like, let me share more with you. And she put me in a sneak peek, kind of similar to this, about coaching. And I had no idea what it was. I had never heard of Beachbody. I had done T25 for 2 weeks a couple years before that. Still didn't realize that was a Beachbody program, and quit after 2 weeks because I had no support, nobody to help me through it. Didn't know what I was doing nutrition-wise, so I wasn't seeing results. And that was my only experience with a program. So, long story short, I just felt something like, just give it a try. Like, what's the worst that's going to happen? You're going to, work on yourself, because I was 30 pounds overweight. I needed to lose that weight. I needed to feel good in my own skin. I had health issues going on because of stress, because of the weight, because of just life. And I really needed to take care of me. And I needed to make an income, but not be away from my babies. Like, I was just so tired of missing out. I had missed out on so much with my older ones, and I just wanted something that I could do from home while I was cuddling them. And I just jumped in. I didn't really know what the heck I was doing, but I jumped in and I gave it my all. And 2 years in, I got to retire from being behind the chair, and I've been home ever since. And just being that person to get them off the bus every day and put them, get them ready for school in the mornings, go to their soccer games every weekend or practices every weeknight, not missing those special moments has just been amazing and worth all the hard effort in the beginning. Not to mention the community that comes along with this is just amazing. Like I said, I super, super shy, and I had my like niche group of friends who I was very close with, but he didn't have like all the mommy friends and all that kind of stuff because I was crazy busy working and going to school and all etc. So this opportunity also gave me that community of those like-minded women, and I have met some of my best friends in the world now, and just there's no cattiness, everybody supports one another and just loves on each other, and just having that change is life changing. So there's that part of it. And then there is the part of that I wanted to talk about is how we support our customers and what do we do in that aspect? Because like I said, I didn't have a fitness background. Yes, I started going to school for dietetics, but I didn't get far enough to get any nutrition degree. But what we do is, we help people, we listen to what their goals are, we see where they're starting from, and we pair them up with a plan that we think is going to work best for them. And then we have groups, virtual groups that are on an app or on Facebook or however we choose to run them, which we run all together. It's a team effort. It's not just one person carrying that weight. And it's like a virtual accountability group where you get to check in and you get to log your workout and you get to get inspired every day. We share recipes, we share inspiration, all sorts of stuff. We share stuff that's bugging us. We share what's not working, what is working. And it's great support that way. And we have meetings every quarter that, we can bring our clients to with us that they can work out with these trainers. We get to see each other and, really come together as a team that way. And it's really, really cool how this community comes together, and strangers like in our group, I love seeing them cheering each other on, and somebody asks a question, somebody's right there to answer, and they didn't know each other before. So I love that aspect of how we get to help people and how we get to meet people from all over the world. We are in Canada, we're in the UK, we're going to France soon. But then Beachbody On Demand is available in so many countries. So it's not just those three. And it's just amazing. But I am going to turn it over to Kelly and mute myself.
Hi, everyone. My name is Kelly Kohler, and I am, can you hear me okay? Okay. I have been coaching for a little over 4 years. I am a mom of 3 very, very active boys. So we're always running to some kind of sports thing or Cub Scouts or something. So my days are very full and jam-packed. I'm also a full-time 6th grade math teacher. So I am working full-time as well as doing this business on the side. And if you didn't notice that I was leaving constantly because they're still up. So, and here's my little one. So this is Dominic. He's my youngest of 5. He's the one that keeps me, youngest of 3. He's 5 years old. He keeps me on my toes. Go read. Go read. Go read. Go bring it to William. Sorry about that. Okay. So how do I fit this into my crazy life? And that's just a little example that, I'm home in the afternoons now, so I get to spend more time with them. In the past, I was doing tutoring until super late. I taught summer school. I would do lots of different things just to try to make some extra money to, you know, make ends meet. My husband is a bartender, so he works nights. So we are like passerbyers in the night or in the day or whatever you want to call it. We're both working full time, and we're both trying to get, you know, we're both trying to provide for our family. So me working after school and me working summer school just wasn't working out because, you know, you have to pay for after school care and you have to pay for camps, you have to pay for all that kind of stuff. Everything adds up. And it was just really dragging me down. We moved into this district when that little guy was 15 months old. And I was still wearing my pre-pregnancy pants or my pregnancy pants. I was just feeling kind of gross. I was still like about 40 pounds above my goal weight. And I would come home at 3 o'clock and I would sit on the couch and have no energy. And when you have a 15-month-old, a 4-year-old, and a 7-year-old, you need to have a little bit of energy. And I didn't have it. So, you know, what would happen? I would turn on the TV or do something, and they'd be like, "Come on, mommy, let's play." And I had no energy for them. So I knew I needed to make a change. And a friend of mine who I taught with way back when I first started teaching posted something about 21-day fix. I did the 21-day fix in the past, and I said, let me try it because it was 21 days. If it doesn't work, it's 21 days, right? I wasted 3 weeks, and that was it. And that was just kind of like the jump start to me feeling better. After like the first week, I started having more energy. After the second week, my boys kept asking, "What is she saying? Like, you're on day, 12, you're on day 13, mommy, how many more days do you have left?" So in the beginning, she asked me to coach, and I said, no way. I was 40 pounds overweight. I had no energy. Who was going to follow me? I'm not going to inspire anybody. I'm not going to help anybody. And my coach was just like, you're doing more than, you're doing more than you think you are. So I started posting and just asking people to invite me. And that could be scary at times, but like Sarah was saying, I'm quiet, I'm introverted, scared the shit out of me to post my first time. So I would take a video of me and my son working out and then just post it and just say, hey, I'm done with it. And I would get a lot of messages from moms saying, hey, what are you doing? I have a little one too. Can you tell me what's going on? And from October until January, I lost 30 pounds. And I just got braver and braver as I went, and I was able to share a little bit more. I'm a teacher, so I don't share like bikini pictures. I know some people join and say, oh, I don't want to share, like my whole body. You don't have to do that. You're just sharing your journey. How is this changing you? And that's what I did. And it completely changed my life. It completely changed my boys' life because they wanted to jump in with me. They don't jump in with me as much anymore, but, they saw mommy getting healthy. So they wanted to be healthy and they wanted to be active. I fit this job, I fit this coaching opportunity in little bits of time throughout the day. So I'm up early in the morning to get my workout in. I was never a morning person. I'm now up, I don't even want to tell you the time, super early to get it in. Because I know it starts my day in a positive way. We read personal development because I work in a really tough school and I need that little bit of positivity in my life in the morning to get me through my whole day. Our team is amazing because I could say, guys, I'm having a really rough time. Like, I've been just eating and stressed and not doing this. And I know we can depend on our team to kind of lift each other up. There's really, really no competition. You're having a tough day, you can reach out to the team. You need help with something, you can reach out to your team. And I fit it in the morning. I'll fit it in like on my prep. I'll send some messages inviting some people, fit it in the afternoon. I'm sitting at my son's game, send a couple messages, do a couple stories, and then at night I'll fit it in as well. So I kind of fitted it more into the power pockets of my day. And honestly, it's been 4 years and it's flown by. I've met some of my closest friends that I don't see in real life, only like once or twice a year, but I talk to every single day. So it's just, I can't talk enough about it. So it's also helped my family. Like I said, I'm working full time. I live in New York and the prices of everything here is ridiculous. So even on a good teaching salary, every teacher has a little side business or side something going on, whether it's tutoring or anything. And this is the only thing that I have done that has made me feel really good about myself, has been able to also let me be there for the boys. I'm home by 3 o'clock and I'm home, I'm home for the rest of the day. We've been able to pay off a lot of bills. We're going on a mini vacation this weekend. Just all those little extras. Sports are freaking expensive. So, to pay for all the sports for them, anything that not that anything that they want, but, any of those little extras, they all add up and they're above what, our salary is. So it's just changed my life in so many ways. So I'm going to pass it off to Amy.
So hey guys, so I'm Amy Wells. I live in Colorado. I am a mom. I am a busy mom. I work full time. I've got 2 young kids, a 9-year-old and a 5-year-old. I'm married. And I started coaching. Yesterday was actually my 4-year anniversary as a coach. And like Kelly was saying, it went by so quickly. I can't believe how much I've grown and learned and just accomplished in the last 4 years. When I started coaching, my husband was working in the oil fields at that time. He would be gone for 2 weeks at a time and then home for a week, sometimes longer. And then the times that he was home, he wasn't really home because we were like arguing about bills or trying to like make ends meet and just like make our relationship go. It was just a crazy part of my life. And plus we had a brand new baby that we had brought home. So we had a 5-year-old, a baby. I took a 2-day maternity leave. And then went back to work and then had 3 weeks off for Christmas. As to why I justified that in my head, but also it was because we were so poor. We were trying to like make it work. And we lived at that time about an hour away from where I worked, about 40 minutes from where my older kiddo was in school. And I was in a super low part of my life. And I remember always wanting something more, yet never really knowing what to do. And so what I would do is I would come home and my husband wouldn't be home. My 5-year-old would be asleep. This baby I'd be nursing or whatever that would look like. And I would just watch social media or watch stupid TV shows. And one of my girlfriends from high school that I wasn't super close with, but we were friends, was just posting a little bit about, getting her life back and having this community of women. And for me, I needed friends. Like I had a lot of girlfriends, but when I would come home from work, I didn't hang out. Like I was trying to be a single mom, but with my husband that would come and go throughout the process. And I remember just being intrigued with what she was doing. And she was getting, thinner, and she just looked like her face had so much color, and she just was like exuberating this like sense of well-being and purpose. And I reached out to her and I was super interested in what she was doing. But I was the one that needed the coaching. I definitely didn't feel like I could coach, but I trusted her. And she's like, you should just jump all in and coach. I'm like, I don't even know what that means. Like, I cried half the nights by myself, like just being so feeling overwhelmed as another baby in the house and everything we were going through. But, I trusted her and I was like, okay, maybe I'll sign up to coach. I guess I'll try to do it just to get the, discount on the product. And decided to jump all in. And remember one night I was like sitting by myself, my kids were sleeping, my husband was gone. It was when he was gone on night shift. And what's really cool, and I'm going to talk about it in a second, but we have all this training that you can do, like endless amounts of training. We happen to be on a top team. And so we're like given stuff and it's good stuff. And so anyways, and I didn't know this at the time. I was like, whatever. Well, she gave me this training booklet. Like, maybe I should check it out. Like, I don't know. And so I started to do it, this training. And at that time it's different than it is now. It's like we've condensed a lot of stuff. But I remember sitting and watching these videos of these moms that were like way busier than me, sometimes even messier than me. And they were living better lives. And they were doing it with a kid in their arm and, you know, making coffee and breakfast. And I'm just like, how are they even doing this? But then it started to make me realize, like, if they can do this, like, why can't I do this? Like, they're happy, I'm not. Like, how do I get there? And so I started doing this training, and I remember crying like all night, like, oh my God, this is going to change my life. And I literally, from that moment, haven't looked back. And so I just decided, you know, to kind of jump in. And at that time, there was like actually a leadership retreat that was coming up in like, I think 5 months, 6 months, something like that. And it was like, if you hit this goal by this time, you can go. And so, I, excuse me, I was immediately bought in by the community. So I wanted to meet these women that were inspiring me and making me feel like I wanted to live a better life. I wanted to do that. And so I just started plugging away. I had no idea what I was doing. I still, to this day, sometimes feel like I need to be coached. Like, it's never like it's perfect. But what we do is we literally walk beside people, and as we're helping them discover how to live a better life, we're doing it at the same time. And it's so empowering. And really, that to me is what the biggest kind of takeaway from coaching is. I still, like, you know, I'll reach out to Sarah and Kelly all the time, like, I need help with this, or I feel like I gained 5 pounds. I'm feeling crappy. Like, what's a good personal development book? And like, we come together and we lock arms and we do this whole like life together. And that's been like my favorite part. But, you know, growing the business, like I've been, you know, my business has kind of ebbed and flowed since I started, but I try really hard to grow my business throughout the cracks of my day, kind of like Kelly was talking about. I do work full time. I get up super early, which we won't talk about, to work out. And then I like kind of fit my business in throughout the day. But what's cool is we kind of have a system for how you can successfully grow a business. If you do consistent behaviors over time, you do see results. And the longer I do this, it is 100% hands down true. And it's not like you're spending hours doing all this weird stuff. It's fun. And like, you're building relationships with people, you're reaching out to people, you're friending people, and in turn, you're getting these friendships back. And so, you know, it's just one of those things that, like, you know, you're these, like I said, these small behaviors over time that really help. And what's cool too is as you start to do these behaviors, you start to bring in people onto your team that they want to work with you and you want to work with them. And so we get mentored from our coach. Like, I have a coach, Sarah has a coach, we have the same coach, Kelly has a coach. Her coach is different than our coach. However, we're all friends, but we like get mentored kind of from the top down. And so we kind of like lead that out to people. And like right now, Sarah, Kelly and I are doing this mentorship for our coaches. And so literally we decided, like 5 or 6 days ago, like, we should do a mentorship. And, you know, and that's just kind of how this business goes, is like, we get inspired. Like, maybe we saw something that somebody else was doing, or maybe we listened to a book, or we woke up one morning and we're like, oh my God, we need to do this. We reach out to our friends and we try it. And, you know, we literally walk right beside our coaches the entire time. If you want to run without us, you can. If you want to call us every single day, you can. Like, we're flexible. And we do the same for our coach. So it's not like you have to decide, like, if you're introverted and you need to do, like, start up a little bit different, you can. It's really kind of how you're comfortable, but know that we're here to kind of support you, as well as our bigger team throughout the entire process. And we, you know, I still go through training. I know Sarah and Kelly, we still talk about different things we do. You know, we're teachers. Sarah's not, but she's kind of a teacher because she was a hairstylist. I feel like it's very similar, honestly. But, you know, we're teachers. And so it's like, I feel like I'm constantly wanting to like grow and develop myself to be a better teacher, to be a better coach, to be a better friend, a better wife. It's like, it encompasses like literally everything. Like, better mom. I suck at parenting often, but I feel like this whole process really helps with that kind of big picture thinking. And so that's honestly like my favorite part, is just like building our teams, walking alongside people, and growing our business. It's amazing. That's all I got to say.
I love it. All right. Does anybody have questions or anything to add into that? I know we have some of our team members on here, so please feel free.
You don't have to, because we're going to post this video. You can ask questions later too. We're happy to help at any time.
That's true. So if you don't have any questions, that's totally fine. I know I wouldn't have hopped on and asked a question then.
Me neither. I'd be like, questions? I don't even know what you're talking about yet, you know? But
Um,
one thing I can say, one more thing I can say, if you guys are watching this like live right now, or you're watching this as a video, and if you're having any thought of like, maybe I should do it, you should. Like, and try it. Like, there's no obligation to do this forever. I mean, none of us signed up to do this forever when we signed up. We're like, well, okay. And then now we're doing it. And there's no way I'll ever stop coaching, you know? And so that's, I think, like, if you have that inkling, like, I think I want to try it out, I highly recommend just doing it to see where it will take you.
And that's what I heard when I started too. Like I was not going to coach, and I heard be here in a year. And that was like, all right, I'm going to be here in a year, and no harm, no foul after a year. If it's not for me, then that's it. It's been 4 years. So I'm in it for life.
yeah. So I kind of started saying, what did I have to lose when I signed up?
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't elaborate on that thought, but seriously, like, what's the worst case scenario if you give it a shot? You're going to gain friends. You're going to have an amazing community. You're going to take care of your own health. That's the worst case scenario, right? Best case scenario is you get all of that and you build an amazing business to go along with it. Like, to me, when I thought about it that way, I was like, what's there to lose?
There's nothing to lose. It's awesome.
Yep.
So,
Beautiful thing.
Amy, I can't hear you anymore.
My computer might die.
Oh.
It's the new life I live. I love kids. My own kids are great.
So if you have questions, reach out to the coach who sent this to you or sent you the link, and they will be more than happy to answer them. We would love to welcome all of you into our team page and into our mentorship, and hopefully get to know you and all that good stuff that this entails. So thank you guys for hopping on. We greatly appreciate it. I'll talk to you guys soon.
Thank you.
Good night, guys.
Good night.